Welcome to Planet Marzipan Podcast,
your fish and Marillion podcast,
where we talk about all things in the planet of Marillion and fish. I'm Mezza, and here's my mate,
Craig Houston.
Hello and welcome to Planet Marzipan. I'm Mezza. I'm here with my good friend,
Craig. Voice is a bit croaky. I've got a bit of a cold.
Okay.
I'm going to say
that though. It's battling on for you listeners. We've got some guests coming back to join us. We welcome back Stephanie Bradley.
Hello.
Hello. We welcome back Lucy Jordache.
Boo.
Oh, hey. He's obviously pleased to be here.
I'm booing myself before somebody else does.
No, we're not booing you. We welcome back Darren Moore.
Hello again.
Hi, Darren. I've seen you for a while.
Yeah.
And we're reviewing an album, so we've got the man what knows stuff, James Levey.
Who? What? Eh? Good evening.
Him. Welcome back, James. As you can see from the title of the episode, we are here to discuss sounds that can't be made. I'm going to read from Wikipedia, tell you the date it came out, and then ask Craig how old he is, like we always do. So Sounds That Can't Be Made is Marillion's 17th studio album, released on the 17th of September 2012. Besides the standard edition, there is also a deluxe campaign edition containing a bonus DVD with a feature-length documentary called Making Sounds. A 5.1 channel surround version of the album was released as part of the A Sunday Night Above the Rain Blu-ray set released on Racket Records in 2014. Craig, how old were you on the 17th of September 2012?
I was 40. I just turned 40 on the 12th. So there you go.
Yeah.
I was get old.
And it's your birthday tomorrow, I was recording, isn't it?
Yes, it is, as we're recording on the
birthday for
September.
Tomorrow.
Yes, I'll be the right old age of far too past it.
The lead up to the album, so it came out in 2012, but they kind of started work on it in 2010, didn't they, James?
Yeah, they started work on it in January 2010 at the Racket Club, and then got some ideas out quite early, actually. I think the beginning of Lucky Man, beginning of, looking at my notes, beginning of Montreal, and a bit beginning of Sky Above the Rain. And then Steve Rothery had the idea, and Lucy, you can tell me if I'm wrong on this one. Brothers had the idea of the band should go off and have a residential writing session in Portugal, because they were about to do a less is more style show in Portugal, in Lusada. And it went all a bit pear-shaped.
Mm-hmm.
Bit Pete-tongue,
didn't it?
Yes.
Didn't it? Yes. They do allude to it in the making of documentary, and you can kind of read between the lines in what they were saying. I think H
has explained it all as well in
Yeah,
Corona Diaries and in his book.
But on the documentary, he just says something like, "I couldn't get a sound I was happy with," and that's it. It kind of brushes it off as that.
Liar.
Yeah.
It was sounds that can't be made.
I'm obviously not gonna say what really happened.
No.
They all had a wobble, and one of them went home, left the other four sitting there, and then they all just went bibble. I think it's the short, concise answer.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah, it was the closest they've got to splitting up, but it all sorted itself out after a few months apart.
It's considering that it's an absolutely amazing record. It really is.
They had a bit of, from what I've heard, it's sort of, they almost put their toes in the water for the rest of 2010. They would meet up at the Racket Club, I think, in 2s and 3s and 4s rather than the full band, just to see if they could still get on in the same room together, and the music was coming together. And I think then they all went full in from September onwards when they were just rehearsing for I think it was the Deep Purple tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's only so much room in the racket club as well for them to swing the handbags if they're not with each other. So.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I think, again, something else that Pete says in the documentary is they went out on tour with Deep Purple, and then the following year they went out with Saga. So they were kind of in and out of the studio, lots of distractions. So I think Pete kind of used that as part of the excuse for the gestation period of the album being so long.
Well, the tours were because of the gestation. It was like when we made With Friends from the Orchestra. That was because they couldn't get their heads into a new album. It was like, let's give them something else to do. So I said to them, you can't get your heads into doing an album, but you can work together on a stage. So how about you go on tour? I can't for the life of me remember how the Deep Purple thing came about, but when it did, I obviously said, well, how about this? And they said, yeah, okay, that would be really cool. And then it would work really well, and they said, let's do it. Someone came to us and said, would you like to do the same kind of thing but with Saga? Which I wasn't so excited about, but I thought, well, why not? Because they still weren't completely 100% headspaced for the album. So it was like, yeah, send them off with Saga.
Yeah.
And that all worked. So yeah, sorry, carry on.
Yeah. And you had the conventions in 2011 as well, which took a big chunk out of the time for writing.
Oh yeah, always do.
There was 3, wasn't there? There was Wolverhampton and Montreal as well as PZ.
Yeah.
Aww,
2011.
do just 3. I think that was really hard work.
Oh.
Ah.
You got out
But
of
I think-
Wolverhampton alive. That was good.
I think is actually the album where they sort of settled into the pattern where they are now,
Yeah.
where they sort of turn up, talk about an album for an hour, and then go home. No, they sort of come in for the golden hour, and if it's happening, if it's working, it extends. If it's not, they go, fine, nothing happened, let's go.
Yeah. By the time, I mean, they were touring as well into 2012, weren't they? So they were touring America and then Europe before the album came out.
Well, America was in the June.
Yeah.
It was supposed to have been finished by then, but it just wasn't. And so they've said it a lot, they literally were listening to mixes on headphones in hotel rooms because we were really up against it. But they did play Power. And was there another one?
Lucky Man
Yeah,
as
they
well.
played Lucky Man.
Yeah, a couple of shows they did Lucky Man.
They were ready, but it was the mixes of Gaza and
Montreal, I would think, because that
I
was one of
think,
the last
yeah,
ones
they
to
were
come together.
still listening to those. They were still listening to those, and anyway, carry on.
Yeah.
When they were in America on Ian's birthday, that was when Mark was over at yours and we came down to yours, Lucy. It was Ian's birthday.
Yes. Never say no to Panda.
Yes, and also that's where you played us Gaza for the first time.
So it was almost, I mean, it was done.
Yeah.
They were just they were approving the mix. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
And it was also the first time they went to Real World.
Yeah. So how long was that for? 2 weeks?
2 weeks in October, but they actually went back in March.
Right.
Because I think it was a bit different to how they've done it since. Because when they went in October, a lot of the songs weren't even really fully written. So they wrote a lot of and jammed a lot of the stuff at Real World.
Yeah, that was to get them to love each other in a room again. In a musical, in a writing sense, creative sense, rather than rehearsing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then back in March, when they went back in March in 2012, that was more for mixing, and they finished off Gaza and Montreal.
Okay.
Isn't it good we got James? Because honestly,
But there was. Do you want to hear some other bits and pieces?
Yeah.
because there was a lot of H had a lot of lyrics flying around, and I was having a look at the lists, and other ideas that sort of came out a bit. There was a version of White Paper around at the time, and they're starting to work on the levers. And he had lyrics of, let's have a look, from a song called Crack, which was Not the Weapon by the Hand. Bits of New Kings, the first appearances of bits of Be Hard on Yourself and Reprogram the Gene, date from back there. And a song called The Love and the Affair, which went out on Colours Not Found in Nature, Matilda's Bane. And also a couple of songs that haven't seen the light of day, including one called The City of Light, which is the song he was trying to write for Paris. And also a song called Mr. Cool Trip, which got to almost the demo early mix stage, but then was dropped.
Right.
There
And
you go.
Power's, I mean, we'll discuss it in depth, but
Yes.
Power's got a long history. That lyric's been around for years, hasn't it?
Yes, since the first little snippets was back in September, October 94.
Wow.
Really old.
Yeah.
A long, long way back. This was the first album proper after Less Is More with EM Music, isn't it? Because this is the first original album where you worked with EM Music.
Correct.
How did that come about with EM Music to begin with? As a little story with it or not? Or?
We wanted to have a record deal that we were totally in control of, that gave us loads of money, and not loads of money, you know what I mean, gave us a good amount of money and a good royalty rate. And so I went to 5 different record companies, asked them to pitch, and I narrowed it down to 2. I won't say who the other one was. And I went and met with both of them, and I really liked the people at Ear Music, and I thought, give them a chance, man.
Worked
And
out really well.
been a really it's been a good relationship so far, because they've had everything since.
Yeah, well, they report regularly, they report honestly, that for the royalties, which is really important to start with. But more important than that, they get the band, they're lovely people, they understand what we want to do, they don't have a problem with us doing pre-orders and stuff. There's the odd hiccup where I have to raise myself up and go, hang on a minute, that's not how we do things. But for 99% of the time, I'm really happy with them. Not at the moment, though, because I'm having trouble with getting a new certificate for German withholding tax. So they're having to withhold money from us.
Okay.
Bloody Brexit.
No, I'm just going to do it because everyone knows I'm so anti-Brexit, but I just need to answer that and say, no, this was in place before Brexit. It's the fact that the German tax office has set up a new system that just doesn't work as smoothly as the last one. And the thing is, the tax certificate runs out every 2 years, but you can't apply for a new one before the old one runs out.
Yeah, right.
And then you have to wait 4 or 5 months for them to sort their shit out, and in between you're trying to send invoices and they're having to withhold the money. So in defense of Brexit, it wasn't Brexit, but Brexit's still shit.
Yeah,
that should be a badge. Just
Paint on a
before we
roundabout.
do track by track, there were 2 tracks released on YouTube before the album. So Power came out on the 17th of July, and then you released Gaza to YouTube on the 4th of September, probably so we could get our heads around it before the tour started, if would be my guess. But
can I answer that one?
yeah.
Power was because they were playing it in America, so I wanted the Americans, I didn't want the Americans to be all over Facebook going, we're listening to this song, and the rest of the world going, but we pre-ordered it, blah 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 blah. And then Gaza was because of when we had announced the chat listing, which I believe, James, I don't know, when did we do it? June?
Yeah, I think so.
we announced the track listing, and we were getting hate mail about the track Gaza before people had even heard the music or read the lyrics. It was a complete nightmare. And so it was like, let's get this track out before the album's out, and we're going to play it on tour. And the tour, because the album had got sort of delayed-ish, it really, I think it came out not what
5 days before the first British date.
5 days before the British tour, and obviously Gaza, they were going to play it on the tour, and it was just like, this is going to be a lot for people to digest. Let's get it out on YouTube. And some of the pre-orders as well had been delayed getting to people. There was, I remember Dutch, there was a whole like 20 bags of Dutch pre-orders sat in a sorting office in Holland for about a month because we were getting hate mail from the Dutch, and quite right, you know, because they'd pre-ordered the album and weren't getting it. So
yeah, wow.
Is my mind playing tricks, or were there sound clips released as well? Because I seem to remember that really grungy guitar bit in Gaza being released as a little snippet before the track got dropped. I'm thinking, oh, I wonder what that's going to be on.
over to James.
I don't remember that, to be honest.
I
You
don't,
know.
I don't know.
Maybe it
Remember
was
that.
something else. then.
Was that for sounds or was that for happiness?
Well, Gaza wasn't on Happy.
No, but I'm saying, I know
But
that
maybe it was, yeah.
released little bits.
Well, Happiness
What
went
album
to
it was for. I
Hap-
do
Hap-
remember us releasing
Happiness
little
went to torrent sites, didn't it? That was the way that.
Marvel's definitely had snippets.
Yeah, Marvel sent
Released.
demos and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Darren's right. I think there was but I think it was like a 30-second or 1 minute YouTube trailer or something to advertise the tour.
That could have been it,
And
actually.
I think that we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the bit you talking?
Yeah, that's the
about?
bit I'm thinking of, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was that.
Ah, that makes sense, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, we've talked about it. Let's go track by track.
Tin helmet
Start
on.
with Gaza. And I was going to come to Stephanie, but she's just got up out of her chair.
She ran away.
That was good. Darren, talk to me
Mhm.
about Gaza.
Right.
Right.
When I first heard it, I wasn't that big of a fan of it. I think when H came out and explained, because I remember him doing a bit of an explanation, didn't he? He wrote did he write an email or something that dropped, where he explained that it's the looking at it from both sides rather than it, you know, and that's the way it's meant to be written. And actually, when you look at the lyrics properly, it does come across that way. I remember having a lot of discussions at the time with certain people who took offence with it. I didn't take offence at it. I a bit like I think when I was on the Fear episode, the lyrics felt a bit naive in a way, and I kind of thought there's two sides to every story and things like that, and it felt like it was coming over from one side more than another. I'll be honest, I listened to it again today, which is probably the first time I've listened to it in quite a while, and it's fantastic. It really is. I came to, I mean, musically, it's stunning. All the sections, it doesn't feel like some of the, I know we've spoke about this in other things, but some of the current tracks in ways feel a little bit disjointed, where sections, the transitions aren't quite as smooth. Gaza just works perfectly.
Yeah,
all the transitions just flow straight through. It doesn't feel like a 17-minute track at all. Yeah, some of the you saw the wind, you reap the whirlwind bit is just so powerful. It really is. Yeah, it's possibly one of my favourite songs now,
wow.
which it wasn't at the time.
Has that changed in the last week?
No, each time I listen to it, when they played it live, it comes across really powerfully live.
Yeah.
And like I say, I can't remember the last time I heard it live.
With
Can't
friends
remember. It might have been,
from the
yeah.
orchestra.
Yeah, might have been
Yeah,
that.
they did play it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a good 6 years since it was played live. But yeah, listening to it again today as homework, I thought, yeah, that is actually really good.
Lucy?
Before the war that's taking place now, I had always wished that they hadn't called it Gaza. I wished it had been called something else so that we could. I know there's the bit about slouching towards Bethlehem in it, but for me, it always felt like an anti-war song kind of thing.
Yeah.
But since the war, I'm glad it's called Gaza. But we, and I'm choosing my words carefully here, we have chosen not to play it for a while, obviously, because it was going to be played at the conventions this year. It was this year, yeah. It was going to be played at the conventions this year, but H felt that he couldn't get through it. And I still think also we wanted the conventions to be happy, and I think it's too emotionally and politically charged right now to play it. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, yeah.
Even though it's a song from both sides, and even though it's a song, you know, from Gaza, you know, blah blah blah, carefully choosing her words again, I still think you could upset some people in the audience, and it just didn't feel right to play it at the moment, but it will return soon.
I think you're right. I think if they called it something else, that there'd have been less furore about it, I think.
I mean, when I remember H wrote the lyric and he emailed it round to all of us and said, I want to do this, but I know it will cause some flack in some instances, so I won't push if the rest of the band are unhappy. And everyone just wrote back going, it's fucking brilliant, go for it, we support you 100%, because you're going to get the shit for the words kind of thing, you know, but it's us, we'll stand together, we're absolutely behind it. So that was lovely.
Yeah.
You know, that was interesting. But I fucking love it. I absolutely love it. But when I listen to it, I always think back about how I felt in 2012 at the coalface, knowing that I was the one that was going to have to deal with the shitstorm that was going to happen on social media, kind of thing. And so I said to H, I'm fine, I'll deal with it, because I know how I feel and I know how you all feel, and I've got basically every time anyone said something, I just cut and pasted H's email that you had alluded to earlier. I just cut and pasted it on every answer, so we had one voice, and I didn't get into arguments with people. I just said, this is what it is.
Yeah.
End of. But I knew it was going to be a lot of extra work, and I just remember thinking, I just wish it was called something else, because you're missing the point. This is such a brilliant bloody song.
Stephanie's back in her seat now. So, Stephanie, what do you think?
I just had to pull the curtains.
It's fine, but I was literally just going to come to you about Gaza. What's your opinion of Gaza?
I love it.
Song,
I
the
think
song.
it's an extraordinary, powerful song. And I think the thing that's extraordinary about it is each section, as Darren quite rightly says, is seamless because it's a change that echoes and brings in the different styles of music that are particular to that type, to the areas of music of influence. And each of those sequences, you're hit with one powerful bit and you're sort of like, and then the next bit is even more. So, it's like waves of power coming at you.
Yeah.
And for a song of that length to do that, and it doesn't feel like it's long at all.
No.
But it just draws you in and just keeps hitting you and hitting you again and again, and it's you almost feel quite exhausted after you've listened to it, because
It's really dynamic, isn't it?
Yeah.
It goes from like really heavy, powerful lyrics and music, and then like after the whirlwind bit, and then it does the stay close, stay home,
Yeah.
and then it goes really down and kind of chilled and calm, and then kicks back in at the end.
Yeah.
I
mean, the loops at the beginning is really unusual for Marillion, isn't it? The use of loops.
Do you know is that a thank you to? That's Rothers, would you believe?
Is it?
I would, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. During the writing, sorry to interrupt, but during the writing, that's how it started. When that little 2 to 3 people in the studio period in 2010, he had loops going on in the background and they would work on it. And the first section was the Broken Stones. That was the first musical section that was written. But anyway, sorry, back to Stephanie.
No.
You're absolutely right. And those words, it just ain't right. It just ain't right. That comes back to you as a very powerful set of words that you can say to so many things. It just ain't right, and frequently do.
Yeah, and no, I think the family message as well, with the love of our family, it's a universal message, isn't it? Craig, what do you think of the track?
It hits you like an emotional sledgehammer. When I listen to sounds, a lot of the time I won't actually start with this, and a lot of times I won't actually play this song when I listen to the album, because it gets me angry, mad, frustrated, because it hits so many points spot on, as H does with so many songs. And it's he approached it, we can say with a bit of naivety, but he did his research, and we know he can write words.
You see why? Sorry, I'm gonna get grumpy with you. I really get angry when people say it was naive. Why is there anything naive about that lyric when he spoke to NGOs in Gaza on the ground?
Oh yeah, completely.
It's like there's nothing if you mean naive in like his choice of words, no, I'm not having it. Sorry.
I just think that knowing people's reactions to it, whether we're right or wrong, and I think you can tell us I'm wrong straight away here, but I think a lot of the reaction came from Americans when they were kicking off.
It did actually, didn't it? Yeah.
And I think it's more not even necessarily H's naivety, but it's a lot of people's interpretations.
But he
of being
wasn't saying
naive.
Hamas are brilliant,
Yeah.
This
is it.
absolute wankers, and we know that. He wasn't saying that. He was talking about the people that were living. Let's not make this a political debate.
Yeah, we'll
But,
keep
it was about
that
people living in Gaza.
Yeah. And I think that it is a beautiful song, but a heartbreaking song. And
It's now, really now.
It's a pressing lyric, really.
Yeah, and I think considering the only political thing I'll say here is that we're in a time now where the Cheeto Mussolini put up a artificial image not that long ago of the Gaza Strip as a resort.
Yeah.
And what person in their right mind, or with a heart or with a conscience, would do something like that, considering everything that's going on? Exactly. And like you say, it just ain't right, and the lyrics say it.
It's just not right. It isn't right, and that's and I don't know when they'll play it again. They really want to because they bloody love it, and they would. Ian was talking about it the other week and said he wants to play it again, but it's a lot.
It also
it's
needs
gonna
to be heard as well.
It's going to be really hard for H to sing and for the audience to listen to. So I don't know is the answer to that.
There aren't many places in the set it can go either. It's an opener or it's an encore.
Yeah, it's not the last song though, is it?
No, it's not the last song, but it might be a first encore. Maybe.
Imagine.
But
Yeah.
one thing I'd like to add, which is nothing political at all, in the demo version, where
Spoken
there
word
is
section.
where at the end where
with the poem. Yeah.
with the poem, you know, it really, that would have been nice for it to stay in. The Yeats poem at the end, the second coming, it because it fits so perfectly.
Who James might know this. Who's reading the poem? I couldn't figure out where it was actually taken the sample from.
I think one is because there's two versions of it. There's one on Silent High, which is one version with, I think it's Yeats, W.B. Yeats.
Right.
That's the one on Unsound, and Silent High's got Yeats and Cyril Cusack, which is an Irish actor.
It must be the Yeats. It was the one on Unsound that I'd heard.
Yeah, because that version's Corkin and it's a bit longer as well. I mean, obviously it hasn't got all the lyrics on it.
No,
but that one on Unsound's really good.
These are the demo versions for the listeners. Yeah. James, what do you think of Gaza musically?
I think the music and the lyrics match so well. As Stephanie said, going through those different sections, building it up, breathing it, it takes breath. That whole end section, it is just breathtaking. I mean, I listened to it again today, and with everything, as we're saying, we're not getting into political, but everything that's going on at the moment, it just brings it home. And it also makes me think of other situations going on in the world today about drones, and especially in the news of the last couple of days, and things like that. I think it's what a stunning album opener. It gets you in the throat, in the heart, in the jugular. And it was an awesome, and we'll talk about the tour, but it was an awesome opening for the tour as well. Yeah. I think it's really, for me, this album, I think is where the band and Mike really started gelling, because I think it was a real tour de force that introduces the album itself. But funnily enough, Lucy was talking about, I wish they hadn't named it Gaza. An early working title was the Refugee Song. That was
right, okay.
That's what I've got notes on it. They call it the Refugee Song. And what happened was all these different jams around that sort of Middle Eastern flavor that kept coming up. It actually started, there's a couple in Happiness as well, and Mike put them all in a folder. And I think when H sent the lyric round, Mike went, aha, I have all these jams that might go with this, and that's how it was put together. But yeah, no, it's a great song.
Yeah,
the use of instrumentation is really good, because there's a lot of Middle Eastern type of instruments going on in the background. I don't know, there's
so much going on.
Yeah, there's one bit where I think it's a Jew's harp, the wang 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 bit, and I don't know whether that's a sample that Mark's playing or whether somebody actually had one playing it. I don't know.
Well, there's pretty much like yourself, Darren. I've kind of dug this out. I would never choose to play Gaza's studio version if I'm listening to Marillion. I'd put it on a live track, but I'd never pull the studio version out until this week. And I've dug the surround mix out.
Right.
And there is so much going on in this track. Yeah. You're absolutely right. But the stuff that's wrapped around you is all these strange, a lot of it is Rother's making these really weird guitar sounds
right
in the beginning. I've enjoyed Gaza when I've seen it live, but I've always thought it was a bit band clattery at the beginning. But you really don't get that from the surround mix.
Yeah.
You've got that separation. You can hear all the instrumentation, and it's fantastic. It's the first one of Mike's surrounds that I really, really enjoy. But it's an incredible opener, and you know, you're 17 minutes in, and it's only track one. You know,
yeah. But I was just rereading the lyrics while you were talking, and how can we play this at the moment? Once we had houses, once we had land, they rained down bullets on us as our homes collapsed. We lay beneath the rubble terrified, hoping dare we dream, we gave up waiting. How can H sing that? You know, oh.
I think it was the right decision not to play at the conventions.
Yeah. I'm not saying that it was like the next time we play it, it will be, oh, we want to piss people off. You know, it's not, don't play it at a convention because we want people to be happy. Play it on a tour because we're quite happy to piss people off. It wasn't that kind of I can't put it into words what I mean. It's just it didn't feel right this year to play it, but it still doesn't feel quite right.
Okay, let's get on unpolitical ground. Stephanie, Sounds That Can't Be Made, the title track. What do you?
Oh, I love this. This is one of my favorite tracks. It's my favorite on the album, and live. It's just magical. It's magical. And this was another track that Lucy revealed to me in driving in a car down the A41 at full volume. So when Rother's guitar kicks in, you know, when it's the second part of it, she has it cranked up, and it just like, you know, you can imagine my hair was like it's like, oh my God, this is amazing. And that makes it even more special because, you know, what a way to reveal a song.
Yeah.
But it's such a positive song. It's so uplifting, and it's the last two lines that really get me. Only love can stop you from merely existing. Play me sounds that can't be made. I mean, that's what gets you there.
Yeah, definitely. Fantastic.
It's
Darren,
so dynamic. And then the whole bit, I'm not going to sing it because it would bear no resemblance.
Sing it.
When the audience participation bit carries on, you know, that's again, it's just another level of what a great song it is.
Darren,
I'm not sure I can follow that.
Do like it.
No, I love it. It's great. It's a brilliant song. To be honest, there's only one track on this album I don't actually like, so we'll get to that. I think it's a great song. Live, it takes on a whole new level. Like Stephanie was saying, when the crowd starts singing it, and then I think I've seemed to remember it gets extended a bit now as well, and H kind of drops it down, and the crowd carry on, and then they bring it back in again, and lyrically really, really powerful. The Aurora Borealis bit is so good.
Easy for you to say.
Oh, I think I pronounced that properly then.
You did.
Aurora Borealis.
I don't like the very beginning.
What, the way it starts?
Literally
just comes in
straight in. Yeah.
First two chords. I'm like, oh, and then
thing is, I was like that when I first heard it. That was my thought. I thought it was a bit stodgy to begin with, but that was when I first. But after the first few listens, I was like, oh, I love it.
Spoiled it for me now. That's all I'm going to be.
just do that. Go. Oh.
Get the whole audience going.
Lucy, what do you think about the rest of it?
Oh, I love it. Yeah. That's all I need to say.
Okay, Greg.
It's one of those songs I can wave my arms in the air,
yeah. Okay.
and I like waving my arms in the air. So
cool. Greg?
No, I love it, and I think it's one of those songs. I think there's a couple of them on this album where each of the members of the band has a moment to shine within the song, and I think it's and we need to do the whole Barnes thing. It's epic. It really is. And like I say, I thought the beginning when I first heard it was a bit stodgy, but it just grows and grows and grows. And like you said, yeah, Aurora Borealis bit, and especially in the documentary on the DVD on the special edition, where each and that they talk about getting the picture from the International Space Station of the Aurora Borealis over the UK, and that just you get the visuals in your head. Fantastic.
Okay, James.
Yeah, same. Brilliant song. It is, you know, sort of, again, it's great sequenced on the album, actually. It's like you get through Gaza and then you get this, which is almost like a breath. It's beautiful. It is. I love that build up from the bridge between the two sections into Aurora Borealis. That, you know, sort of more almost like a Wurlitzer sound of just going
Yeah.
up and up and up and up and up, and then you launch into that guitar solo. And it's like, oh yeah, this is what makes this band what it is for me.
Yeah.
But it's an old lyric, would you
Is
believe?
it?
It is a lyric that, well, it wasn't fully complete, but he started using it during the Anorak and Marble sessions. There's versions of that song around. And I'm just looking at my notes. And then it sort of came together. That sort of stodgy, we're all doing it now. Came out in sort of October 2010, and the Aurora Borealis bit was jammed at Real World, and it was on Mark's chords. The guitar bit was an overdub that came later, so I think it's on. I think it's on Silent and High, a version of that.
Right.
So yeah, so that there you go.
Fantastic. It's a bit. The second half of the song is just amazing. I agree with you about the beginning. It's a bit like A Few Words for the Dead for me. The payoff is worth it. Craig knows about my views on A Few Words for the Dead. But yeah, why was it the title track, Lucy? Did they consider any other titles for the album?
Ian's just walking into the room listening to Pour My Love.
Is it?
Tell him it's about 2 minutes too early.
Yeah.
You hear that music?
No.
No, they cutting it off. Hang on 2 seconds. We were just finishing the actual title track. Why was it the title track? I don't know.
Okay.
Honestly, I can't remember that far back why but it obviously that H chooses the title track, and he obviously thought, I like that.
Because you ran a competition for people to guess the title, didn't you? You probably
What, from the initials?
Yes, yeah.
BT,
Yeah.
Yes.
BM. Yes.
I
Yeah,
remember
well, why not? But
But it
anyway,
is a good title, though, is it?
Yeah, it's great.
yeah, well, as I said, H always chooses the titles, so we can't remember that far back. It's 15 years ago, for God's sake.
All right. Let's move on to track 3. Ian.
Evening.
Evening.
For My Love, what do you think of it?
What's that?
For My Love.
I really like it. I mean, I think some people give it quite a hard time, that track, but I really enjoyed it. I like the feel on it a lot, and I like H's vocal. I think it's H playing the piano, isn't it, on that one?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And it's got a great. For me, he's just got a great feel on it. So I always enjoyed playing it. Yeah, it's a good track for me. That is, you know. I mean, you can't please everyone all the time, can you? Well, I used to, when I was at school, I used to play in a jazz orchestra, and we used to play tracks like Walk On By, Dion
More, yeah.
Stuff like that. And it kind of takes me back to those days of playing stuff like that. That's just got a really nice feel, but swings as well. So, you know, because there's nothing worse than playing something that's really simple and nothing happens. You know, for me.
Yeah, I don't think it was one of the fans' favourites on the album, and I didn't really understand why, because I was with you that it felt like it had a groove. The lyrics were absolutely beautiful. It makes no odds how we behave. We'll never work out how to live in peace in this world with this world.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
just
really good.
beautiful lyrics. And
Yeah.
I don't think it's got the love it deserves. And I urge everyone listening to this podcast to go and listen to it again.
I think you might be proved wrong in the next couple of minutes. It's a John Helmer lyric, this one, isn't it?
It is,
Yeah.
Yeah. Stephanie, what do you think of Paul Allen?
I think the lyrics are lovely, and I agree with Ian. It has an old feel about it, of a bygone musical age, and I like that. And I wasn't sure how it would work live, but it does. I just find it quite different, and that's refreshing.
I don't think they've maybe found the right place in the set for it yet. I think that's why people don't necessarily talk about it as a live song. I'm not sure it's been in the right place in the set. Am I wrong? I don't know.
No, I think you're right.
I'm just trying to. When was it last played?
We have
It's been a
played,
while.
yeah, we've done it a few times live, but it's kind of, I mean, the ideal setting would be a smoky club somewhere, really. You know, well, not smoke anymore, but a club.
You could provide the smoke.
I was going to say, if you're in there, Ian, it will be smoky, yeah.
I don't know what other tracks get people give it a heart. There's Lucky Man on this album.
Yeah, we haven't
It
really
is.
seen it in order, darling. Look,
You could tell us what you think of Lucky Man now if you want, Ian.
next one's Power, then Montreal, then Invisible Ink, Lucky Man, Sky Above the Rain.
Oh,
What I mean, if you can either sit here and listen to everyone doing it bit by bit, or you can do the whole album now and then go back into the other room. Your choice. What do you want to do?
well, I'm going to go and put my pajamas on. It's gone, it's nearly 8 o'clock or something, isn't it?
Right. Well, talk about the rest of the album then before you leave the room.
Oh,
For words.
What's the words?
all right. What's next on the list?
Power.
Power. Oh, that's an enjoyable track for me to play. I like the arrangement. It seems to. I think it might be better live than it is on the album. I think, maybe over the years, a lot of material that we play live develops. If you're on tour for a long time.
Well, you missed that when we were talking about Gaza. John said exactly the same. If he wants to listen to Gaza, he won't listen to the studio version. He'll listen to a live version.
I haven't listened to the studio version for a long, long time, but Gaza is one of my arrangements, and I mean the whole sentiment of the song. I think it's really honest, but I think it's one of the best arrangements we've ever done.
I think Darren was saying that, weren't you?
Yeah. So it's elevated itself into one of my favourite songs by a long way. It just flows so well. All the sections of Gaza, the really heavy into the quiet and back again. It never feels like 17 minutes. It's
No,
well done.
that's always a good thing, isn't it? When I mean, when something that's 15 or 16 minutes long it feels like 5 minutes.
Unlike Ocean Cloud.
Like Ocean.
Bad press as well, doesn't it? Ocean.
Only for me.
Like
No,
Ocean
you're not.
Cloud.
They all love it. It's only me.
I like it. Or a good night. It's
But it always feels like 17 minutes, is what I'm saying. Whereas Gaza doesn't feel like 17 minutes. This Strange Engine doesn't feel like 17 minutes.
Oh, you should be behind the kit some nights. Some nights it feels like hours. But I enjoyed Power anyway. That's all we were talking about, wasn't it? Yeah.
Do you want to mention the other ones?
What's next?
Montreal.
Yeah.
It's not really. I must say, I think there's some great moments in Montreal, but it's not one of my favourites. I think we could be worth a revisit on the arrangement side. But yeah, it's just not really one of my favourites. The sections of it that I really like. The build up in the with the keyboards in Oh, you won't know. It goes into 7/8. That's a really nice build up instrumentally, and then it kind of, I think it loses something somewhere in there. But that's for me, you know. I'm sure some people love it.
I think that's the least favourite on the album.
Is it?
Not sure.
No, Lucky Man.
Yes, yes.
No, we'll get to that argument in a minute. Invisible Ink.
What's that go?
How's that go?
That's like, I remember listening to Radio 1 once, and they had a quiz on it. It's like, who's this act? And they start to play. It's like, I really know this. What is it? And the bloke says, Marillion Heart of Loathing. I'm like, knowing that.
He does do that.
And, I come into Lucy's office sometimes, and she's playing something. Who's that then? Sounds good. It's you. What?
Seriously. Invisible Ink sounds like this. Hang on.
It's only been played live 8 times.
It's slow then, Poppy.
Probably why you don't remember it. Ian.
Oh.
Is it?
But-
That's not us, is it?
But the listeners, he can't remember. He's pulling a face.
Last played at Convention 2019.
They get into the
Back to it
chorus.
now, yeah.
Into the chorus.
Yeah, it's nice to play live. It's a bit faster live, I think, than that. I think, but it's got some energy.
He played it when 2019.
2019 conventions last time. It's only been played 8 times live.
Wow. I love it. And I did get into a couple of arguments with people trying to change their minds. When people said, I don't understand what he's singing about. It's like, well, did you ever understand what Fish was singing about? You know what I mean? Let's not go here with always not being obvious. And the way I said it was, think about it as a stalker that's sneaking into the bedroom and writing things in invisible ink and leaving them under your pillow and stuff, and then it becomes really quite creepy and another way to view it. And I remember a couple of people coming back to me and going, oh my god, Lucy, I did what you said and now I really like it, because I find it quite sort of, you know,
Icky.
That's very disturbing.
but I think H actually came out and said that's what it was about in the end, didn't he?
Yeah.
It's like an evil tooth fairy.
It's not a game, it's simply fear. It's like it's just, I left a note each day under your pillow, you know, just anyway, blah blah.
All right.
So you like playing that one?
Yeah, it's good to play. Yeah.
All right then. Lucky Man.
Lucky Man. Well, Lucky Man, I heard a live version of it. I don't know where it was from YouTube somewhere, a live version of it. And it was, I've got to say, it was rocking. But it's one of those songs, apparently, that it sounds simple, but it's complicated. Chordally, it's quite complicated. And it's quite difficult to play. I think that's probably why we don't play it that often, because it takes everyone about 3 days to learn it again. But it's not that popular, is it? Well, I think I remember playing it in LA at the House of Blues, and I thought it rocked.
Well, I really like it. I've always really liked it, but people like those two in the top, left and right, they don't like it.
Well, I'm going.
Who's in your top left and right?
No, you don't mind people not liking things. You don't.
No,
I absolutely love
I
it.
love the gospel version, the demo. That's far better for me.
That is good, actually. Yeah, that is good. But I've always loved it. I think it's great, Sean.
Thank you, Darren.
Well, I'm trying to think of the one I heard. It's a shame you can't hear it on.
Well, this is the thing about Zoom. It gets rid of anything that's in the background noise. So
Does it?
that's why they can't hear the music. If you play it now, you're just playing it to me and being really annoying.
So didn't Lucky Man almost close to get played or you nearly got invited onto one of the late night chat shows in America. You were on backup if somebody was cancelling.
Oh God, yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel, wasn't it?
It was Jimmy Kimmel.
Was it? Wow.
We were back up.
That'd have been a coup, wouldn't it? Wow.
Yeah, but it was never going to happen. But I think we were back up to the backup, to be fair.
Of the backup.
It literally was if,
Basically, if there's nobody left.
yeah, if there's absolutely nobody else left. I don't know. Would it have done us any good playing Lucky Man on Jimmy Kimmel? Not according to quite a fan base.
Oh, it would have.
Do you like it? Stephanie,
Sorry?
do you like it?
Yes.
Be honest.
We're
Be
not
honest.
millions here.
No, it's not a go-to track.
I prefer the gospel version.
The gospel version.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it
much better.
lost a little bit on the album version, to be honest.
Well, that's fair enough.
I love Pete's bass on it. It's so good. There's a bit about 6 minutes in where he does a descending bass. It goes all the way down. It's so cool.
So it's not the lyrics. Is it the lyrics you don't like, John, or is it just the music?
I just, if I compare it to what's coming next, there's no comparison to me. I think it's a fairly mundane lyric. Yes, you've got a wonderful life. Fantastic. Yes, you keep telling us that, and it musically, it's just not that interesting. But the gospel arrangement really does. I really like that. It gives it. I can't really explain why I like it, but it's just more interesting.
So
that was the demo, was it? That we
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was on Silent High, but it's also on the bonus disc on the 2-disc version.
oh,
I think it was a version Mike put together with some other bits that it was sort of going through the mixing stage. But I really like that. I could see that in a sort of with a big gospel choir behind you and everything like that. It seems that sort of song, a bit like we talked about Pour My Love. That's got that gospely feel to it at parts as well when it really gets going, and that I like that.
ooh, so maybe we should tour with a gospel.
Who did that? Who did the backing vox for the gospel version?
Oh,
So definitely a female singer in it.
yeah, it was Mike. They were a choir that Mike knew, wasn't it? And he said, "Let's put this on there."
I don't know who was pushing for it. I think H really was into the idea of it all. I don't know if anyone in the band rebelled against it. I don't know. But I'm just looking at the people's comments on it, and I'm surprised that 90% of the people are saying they love it.
Well, that's fine. I'm wrong.
On this one chap who says, for me, it's the worst song of a very Panda album. Lyrically, compositions are solid, but this one is really predictable with terrible lyrics. Give me Invisible Ink every day.
Well, there you go. But this is why I say to you, never read the comments on.
I didn't sign that, did I?
Yeah, you did in Crayon.
I was very happy because on the last tour, they did play it at Wolves, which I think it was the only date that they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it live for a long time.
The last
I haven't
I
either.
remember playing it was at the House of Blues in LA.
No,
That's closed down now.
you played it on the last tour, didn't they?
Yeah, just at Wolves Civic.
Yeah, you played it on the last tour. You can't remember.
I can't remember what we did last week. That last tour.
Ian, what do you think of Sky Above the Rain?
I think it's enough. Did we do this with the string quartet?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I enjoyed that more than the album version.
Same,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm with you on
Yeah.
that one.
It's just it's the second half of the arrangement with the quartet. I thought really worked well, but I was never completely happy with the sort of last couple of minutes of that song as an arrangement. I thought we should have gone somewhere else with it, but when the quartet did it, it all kind of made sense. arrangement wise for me.
Did you change the key? There's a key change on it, I think, isn't it? It's either lowered or
It's gone down. Yeah,
yeah, it's
down
lowered
at the end
the-
rather than
it
goes
went
up.
down on the first tour. They never played it in the album. kit.
Really?
Yeah,
You're telling Ian stuff. See, we really, he says.
I'm not saying anything.
I love it. I think if you're sitting in the audience and you just got divorced, that you'd be really depressed. And I think if you're sitting in the audience and you're with someone you love, you'll just sit there and just think, oh my God, I'm so happy and grateful that I'm in love. I think it works on both. I think the lyrics are, I can't talk about the music. I just think the lyrics are so beautiful.
It is a good lyric. Really good.
And it works for me on memes, trying to see the blue sky above the rain whenever it's raining in fucking England, which is all the time.
It'll be today, lots.
Yeah, lots. Sorry, Ian. Carry on.
What?
You were going to say something.
No.
Yes, you were.
Well, I've just failed miserably, haven't I? I can't.
no,
Not at all.
You can't wake up in the sun every day. You know, we're stuck here in Tring.
That's not your fault. That's Nigel Farage's fault. And anyone who votes reform, yes, I'm getting political. Don't do it. John, don't put your head in your hands.
Greg's usually the one who does politics on here.
Just do it. Brexit was the worst idea in the
I know. I'm not disagreeing with
all
you.
these people that go, if you don't like it, sorry, Darren, taking the piss out of your accent.
Everybody else does.
If you don't like it, leave the fucking country. Well, I would, but I can't because of fucking Brexit.
Do you remember? Have you seen whatever happened to Hale and Pace? You know, Yorkshire Airlines. Did you ever see that sketch?
Ellen Pace. Ah.
They were I really enjoyed a lot of it.
You know, Pace on YouTube the other day.
Help.
Help, yeah, get on plane.
Get on plane.
Sit down.
Was it Helen Pace that did We Are the Management?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Ellen.
Yeah, I went down that rabbit hole a couple of months ago with Hale and Pace.
I did some really good sketches, but I just
Steph, I'm going to interrupt here. Sky Above the Rain, I remember playing that to you when we're driving along in the car, and that was one of the moments that we both went. And I drove to your house. Do you remember we said it was brilliant? And I turned off the A41 and went back up and turned around so that we could drive to Stephanie's again from my house so that we could hear the song again, because it's 7 minutes long or something. And we wanted to hear it on full volume. That's what we used to do in the car. I used to say to Stephanie, come on, I've got almost final mixes, you can hear them. And I just used to play them really loud. And I remember us both going, oh, it's a brilliant song.
I think it's about 10. Is it not 10 minutes long?
It's 10 and a half. Yeah.
10.5 minutes.
It's 3 junctions of the A41.
Anyone
Depending on
watching
traffic.
us, you know, if there was anyone watching us from the sky above thinking, why are they just driving up and down the A41?
And we're going to be able to do that again at some point. Oh,
Yeah.
with a new album. You may leave the room now so we can talk freely about you while you're gone.
What people talk about me when I'm in the room these days, that doesn't make much difference.
Have you got anything else you'd like to add about the Sounds That Can't Be Made album?
No, I think it's a pretty good album.
I think we agree with you, Ian.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Stars was a standout track for me, and For My Love, I really like. I mean, but I don't know, the tracks that we tend not to play live are probably, there's a reason for that, usually. And sometimes we revisit tracks and suddenly they come to life, take on another life, you know, when we're touring and playing them live. But sometimes they just don't.
Yeah, but also like Sky Above the Rain, you're all happy playing that live, but I think you've rested it because you played it for a long time.
Well, as I said, I didn't enjoy playing it when it was just the 5 of us. But when the quartet got involved and we changed that arrangement, it suddenly just added to, for the second half of the song, it just the dynamics seemed right then for me. It's for a drummer, the best songs are ones that have got a great arrangements, and the ones with great arrangements play themselves. They do. Songs like Easter, those songs play themselves, so it's a good arrangement. You get to the end of it, and go, oh, it was fun to play, and everyone nearly got it right.
Yeah.
Nearly.
Nearly. Oh, so that we're all standing in the audience going, oh, so close.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Maybe next time.
And oh, damn it.
Right at the last moment.
At the very end of the song, someone in the band goes, clunk. Oh.
Yeah, then burp.
One of these days, you're just gonna stop. Still my favourite fuck up from Mark.
Oh, Mark, that was probably 30 years ago, wasn't it?
It was a long time ago, but when they're that beautiful,
Stay with you.
Quite spectacular.
when it's that spectacular, it stays with you and makes me laugh.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
Yeah, those moments do stay with you for life, really. In Mark's case.
I know, because he doesn't really fuck up anymore, which is really boring. No, he may fuck up in your ears. He doesn't fuck up out loud. Right. Anyway, can we carry on?
Yes.
Oh, he's staying. Just-
Okay, stay right.
It's your podcast. You take over.
Apologies. I think we're going back to Paul My Love, aren't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Stephanie, you've talked about it, haven't you? Darren, have
Yeah.
you talked about it?
Don't think so.
Go for it.
It's beautiful. Really lovely. I say it's a Helmer. I'm trying to remember the story about that. Didn't H find it in like a folder somewhere, and it just
Yeah, I think so. On the documentary, he thinks that John wrote it because a relative somebody had a relative that died,
right.
and it was a way of them sort of saying that the relative had poured their love on that person, and that's the way
Right.
you should remember it. I believe, anyway.
Yeah, but it had been hidden, hadn't it, or lost? Or
Yeah, he's
something,
got a
and
pile of lyrics. He
and
just found
pulled
it.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and is it the full lyrics of Helmer's? Did H put anything to it? I know sometimes.
Don't think so.
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes he adds the odd bit, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's,
But-
I mean, I love it's interesting when Ian mentioned I had never the walk on by bit. Actually, now you're listening to it and playing it back in my head. That kind of swing feel to it has a really good groove. It's nice, and lyrically, it is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's about death, isn't it?
Well, I think H tells a story about he thinks John Helmer wrote it for somebody who'd had a relative pass on. Is that right?
I think so. I think that's how I feel about it when I read the lyrics.
Yeah. Craig, what do you think of it?
I think it's a lovely lyric, and I think what Rother says in the documentary of it as well. It's very grown up, and I think it is a very grown up song. I think it's very emotionally grown up, and I think musically it's a nice palate cleanser. It doesn't sound like Marillion, and it's just got a nice feel to it, and it reminds me a little bit of White Paper thematically, where it's a different type of song, but I think it's a cracker.
Yeah.
Okay. James?
It's he says a Helmer lyric. I think, if I'm right, he delivered it in 96, 97, because there's a version of it as a demo on Radiation.
Oh, right. Okay.
It was done then. What was it called? Love Like Rain, which is a very different musically to the version, and I think that got
That's on Silence Night, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and it sort of never got really beyond the demo stage. But actually, the lyric was tried during Anorak and Marble sessions, so it was.
Is the music more up tempo for that version though?
There's lots of I still think it's quite a laid back version. It's not an up tempo one. They have tried it over, and the band has tried it over many different sort of musical styles, and then it sort of came from a very short idea. I think Mark had the or whoever had the core the chords, and it's sort of built up from there. But I like, as everybody said, I like really when it gets going, the gospel side. It reminds me a bit of Happiness with some of the gospel-y songs from Happiness. There's a sort of feel from that. But yeah, once it gets going, that's my favorite part of the song, when it really starts picking up.
Yeah.
There is a slow version on Unsound, that slow jam demo, which is even slower.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It's
I think this arrangement's great. I really love the space at the beginning around H's keyboards and the bend your head line, the way that H sings that sort of hook. It's fantastic. It's so different to anything else apart from maybe Invisible Ink, which I do love as well. But I think it's a great song and very different to what's coming next, which is Power. Stephanie.
I love this song. I think the imagery of the lyrics that it creates is just, you can see it. You can see what he's singing. That was, particularly at the beginning, as you swing down the street, walking that unique birthday candle glow, you can imagine someone's swaggering that. That's just such a fantastic line. And again, it's one of those songs that just builds and then it backs off a little bit and then it builds again and then it hits you. And that bit at the end, where it goes, where you sparkled and fell from heaven to hell, it's almost like you feel like you're falling with it. It grabs you that much and then just sort of like lets you go or throws you down. It's great. I didn't necessarily appreciate that as much at the beginning until I'd heard it live. It's another one of those that like took on another dimension.
It's got a bit of menace live, hasn't it?
yeah.
Definitely.
And H performs it, definitely.
Yeah.
From a performance point of view, live, it's up there with Invisible Man. You can see it in his eyes. He just goes to a different place as he's performing it. And there's been a couple recently where he's done it, and it's quite intense, very intense.
Yeah. What do you think of it musically, Darren?
I think it's brilliant. It's always been one of my favourites actually on the album. And I remember clips coming out, probably YouTube clips at the time or Facebook clips when it got played in America on the tour before the album. And thinking then, yeah, that's a good song. That's really good. But I mean, on Silent and High, some of the other versions, they're so good. I was like, so completely different. I mean, the one called The Way I Love You to me, it's very Fleetwood Mac style. It's got that really rocky sound to it. And there's a version that I think must have been from Marble's era called Marble Power, which again, similar lyrics, but a completely different sound to it. But my favourite, the bluesy demo, which is a 9-minute long version, which is just, it's like, wow.
Do you know what they're talking about?
No
Ian?
idea.
In one of the versions, he says something about megawatts.
Yeah,
megawatts.
I think that's the Marbles
kilowatts,
one.
didn't he?
Yeah, megawatts, kilowatts. Yeah, I think kilowatts and things like that.
Yeah.
So the band don't listen to the making ofs, so that's why Ian doesn't know what you're talking about.
So on that making of that James put together,
Enter Mike, yeah.
there's a bluesy, it's called Bluesy Demo, and it's basically Power, but done in a completely blues style, like Born to Run. It's like, it's totally different, but it's so good, like all the way through, and it's 9 minutes long, and it's like, wow.
You want to hear that now, don't you? Someone sent it to Ian.
Hang on, I'll send you a link to it.
Yeah, send us a link to it, Darren, so Ian can listen.
While Darren's sending that over, Craig, what do you make of it?
Since it came out, it has been and is firmly entrenched in my top 10 songs of Marillion of all time. I've loved it since. I think it's like similar to what on Sounds That Can't Be Made itself. I think everybody shines on this song, and if I feel if somebody says, well, what does modern Marillion sound like? This is one of the songs I'd point them straight to, because it's accessible and it's got power to it. The lyrics, it just works on all levels for me, and especially live, like the guys have said, it's an absolute stormer. So it's one of these songs that if they played it on every gig I'd ever went to see with them play, I'd be quite happy. Love it. And I think it would have made don't know how it would have done, but back in the days when we did singles, I would have loved to have seen how this would have performed as a single, because I think it's got crossover appeal to a lot of different like rock artist styles and stuff like that. It's a really nice song.
James, didn't we do a single edit of it?
Well, it was the first YouTube clip, so that
Yeah.
might be thinking of.
I think you really, I don't think I've not heard a edit of it.
Oh, I think we were going to do one. Obviously didn't. As you were.
James, Power.
Oh, I'm with Craig. It's in one of my top 10 Marillion songs. I think it's brilliant. From the first time I heard it, I saw them play it in Toronto before the album came out, and I just like mouth open, just thought, this has got such a groove. Really is such a groove on it, and Ian and Pete are brilliant on this. I know he's listening, but it is that sort of stuff, but it's gone. I love actually all the different versions of it. I think we talked, and probably Darren was talking about when I came back about the bluesy version for Anorak, which actually got to the.
Oh, is that where it came from?
Yeah, it got to the early mixing stage. It was on the first or rough mixes for Anorak. That was in the track list, and then got dumped. Put on the shelf. And I've also loved the Marbles version of it as well, which is that sort of ethereal start, and then there's that beatly middle, and the Zeppelin end, the really sort of rocky Zeppelin end to it.
Sounds very exciting.
I'm sending it to you now. There you go.
It is weird. I mean, because of our process, our writing process, we do tend to experiment, and H is always trying to hang a lyric on our jams, and sometimes they work, sometimes they're a no-goer. So I suppose over the months you get different versions of all sorts of things going on. I mean, that's always been the Marillion way, I think. But yeah, that sounds interesting. I mean, do you remember This Town? The demo versions of This Town I thought were much more exciting than the finished thing.
Yeah, that was on Stoke Row. Yeah, it was on Stoke Row, wasn't it?
Yeah, and there's the Miles Club version. It's much more attack to it.
Yeah, it had a much more of a hooligan feel to it. It was more kind of who-ish. But yes, it's kind of a shame sometimes you lose, what the original spark of a track in the recording process. But then again, I said, then you do it live, and over time tend to bring back the good elements that might have been left out on an album.
I think Power Live is great as well, because when you go into that chorusy bit and H sings, you never knew power, he really does belt it out.
Yeah.
And it gives that whole lift to the song. Yeah, love it. Really one of my highlights of the album.
Oh,
got to agree with everything you've said.
Yeah.
It's absolute standout musically and lyrically. Fantastic.
no, we should.
Do you love it, Lucy, or what?
Do I love it? I think it's great, but no, you carry on. Don't ask me things.
All right, Stephanie, Montreal, Ian's favourite.
It's a lovely story, and it's a great capture of a visit to somewhere that has been special to me because of the weekends. But it's that bit in the middle where you know, so I Skyped home and said, you just kind of lose it a little bit. And so I think if it didn't have that in it,
Which bit, Stephanie?
the bit where it's, you know, so I Skyped home and technology. I love the line, technology is great when it's not in the way, but
Oh, okay, right.
it just makes it too long.
And going shopping for shoes with
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that one. And whatever ensues.
Secret Diary of Steve Hogarth.
Yeah.
Page 14 and 3/4. Yeah.
I love
Where's
the
my
end,
wallet?
the end section.
down at the sports bar, the ice hockey.
Oh,
Yeah.
That bit's great. That bit's really
Exactly.
cool.
It's very true as well. I mean, that is an honest lyric.
Yeah, I like the beginning and the end.
Just the 12 minutes in the middle.
It's all the stuff in between. Yeah.
Darren, what do you think of it?
Not for me, this one. It's the one track on the album that I just can't get on with. Even when I listened to it again today, I kind of thought, yeah. And I listened to it all the way through. I did due diligence and made sure I did, and thought, no, I still don't get it at all. Musically, there's some really nice bits in it.
Right, yeah.
Wow.
There's weirdly, I think I remember talking about it at the time, but there's bits of different tracks. There's like a bit that sounds a bit like a bit from Ocean Cloud, and there's a bit that sounds like a bit from This Strange Engine, and they're kind of put together, and then H puts his diary over the top, and I just and it is the same bit as Stephanie, the Skyped home and the shopping for shoes bit, and I'm like, no.
Okay.
It's not his finest moment, I don't think, for lyrics.
Didn't you have that written on your forehead at one point?
I did. I forgot about that. Was that the Brave weekend?
Yeah, that was a
Brave convention, and we did.
You think what you wrote on? I saw you with the writing. Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so we had all the writing on the faces, and one of them said, "I went shopping for shoes, but nothing ensued."
Strangely, I didn't get that close to you, mate. But yeah.
The least. I don't even think any of the demos improved it, to be honest. When I listened to the demo versions.
All right, Craig.
Yeah, I'm with you, judges. What we did on our holidays by Steve Hogarth.
Yeah.
I think it's got some really nice sections to it.
I do. I think
And-
that's spot on. I think musically, it is great. I like the words, just not in a song.
It's a shame there's not an instrumental, to be fair, because it is quite good as an instrumental.
And I think it's funny because it's similar in respect of any time he feels like he's written a song for the fans hate it. You know, it happened with 80 Days.
No,
Happens with this.
untrue. Oh.
I never skip it when I play the album. I don't.
Really?
I like playing. To be fair, I do like playing this album through. It tends to just be a bit. Sometimes I'm not emotionally ready for Gaza, but the rest of the album I'll happily play through.
Cool.
But
James?
good effort, but it doesn't quite hit home.
Yeah, I echo everything everybody said. Yeah, it's sort of bits of it I really, really like. I like the Cirque du Soleil bit, you know, when the they've fallen falling
When he
into
falls
Montreal.
into Montreal,
yeah,
I mean, that's a great
that
line.
is great line, and the music that goes with it
Goes
is really good.
afterwards, yeah.
And there's bits, some of the bit in the middle that sounds like the Levers. You know, Darren was saying, it really does remind me of the Levers. That sort of, and also a little bit of Gaza because it's got that sort of Middle Eastern feel as well. But yeah, as a whole song, yeah, I listened to it. I'm quite happy to listen all the way through. It's not one of my favorites. There's a bit on the demo that didn't make the final song that I really, really like. I think that's on CD2 of
Stop
Silent Night.
talking about the demos because Ian's never listened to them.
There's another reason why I don't listen to that stuff, because if I start listening to things that aren't the correct arrangements and it comes to playing live, it's
yes, fair point.
next. Is it that? Oh no, I shouldn't have.
Oh, we got rid of that bit.
Works.
But I just got a headline up on my thing. It says from the Sunday Times: "Want to live longer? Keep working into your 80s." So there's hope.
That wasn't saying when the next album's out, was it, Ian?
Oh, that'll be no 80s. You'll be lucky.
Oh, I'm interjecting again. I really don't know how you're going to edit this podcast, boys. Sorry. I'm interjecting again.
Everybody is now, after 2 years, used to our stream of conscience.
You know, because I've said it in public, I do not listen to the songs till they're further down the line, because otherwise I'll fall in love with something and the fuckers will drop it. Ian's was playing a riff in the other from one of the jams, and he was in the other room, and I heard it, and I was like, I love that.
Yeah, we've changed it all now.
Gotcha.
If they keep any of that, just joyous. What?
You'll have to tell us. You'll have to tell us which bit.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we'd play it to you, but you can't hear via Zoom.
Oh yeah.
Because otherwise we'd give you a sneak peek. You lot, not the people listening, but we'd give you lot a sneak peek, but we can't.
We going down the A41 tomorrow then?
Sorry, carry on as you were.
I can't really add much to what you've said about Montreal. I think the lyrics and the song and the music are just two completely different things for me. There are some great musical sections in it, but I don't like you guys. I don't really skip it. Next track is Invisible Ink. Stephanie, what do you make of Invisible Ink?
Well, once I heard the bit about it being a stalker, it, as Lucy said, it takes on a whole different meaning, and it's a great piece of music, and it is a very interesting lyric because it sets up all those images in your mind, and it's a real story, and I like that. I do very much like that. It's there's that sinister undertone on a track that musically isn't sinister. I like the contrast.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Darren?
So when I listened to it this afternoon, I thought, I have no idea what that song's about. I liked it. I've always liked it. I like the energy. I like the song. I like the music. I like the lyrics. It all fits together, but I didn't have a clue what it was about. So you just mentioned, and I'm reading the lyrics now. I'm going, wow, yeah, I never saw that at all. Yeah,
I was right.
yeah. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I just, you kind of hear the words, and you just don't piece it together until somebody points something out, and then you read the words with that in your head, and you go, yeah.
It's on a convention release, isn't it? It's on a video. It'll
Yeah,
be on releases.
It was on 2013, wasn't it?
Sunday Above the Rain.
Sunday Above the Rain.
Yeah, go and watch it live now that you've had that thought.
Right, okay.
And you'll go, it was me. It was how I felt. I was like, what is this song about? I really struggle with not knowing what it's about. As I said to you, when I was younger, I had no fucking clue what Fish was singing about.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter to me when I was younger. But as I got older, I wanted to know what things were about, which is why, like, Cinderella Search is my favourite Fish era song, because I know what it's singing about. There's a story. And I had a real problem with Invisible Ink, because I was like, I don't know what it's about. And then that came to me, and I was like, oh.
But it's one of those lyrics that can work on different levels, though. If you pick certain parts of the lyric out, it's a couple that can't communicate properly.
Yeah, could be that.
Maybe it's something that might amuse. As you watch my words appearing, the fear will go and everything will flow.
Flow?
Flow? Yorkshire, From Yorkshire, than us.
I'm from Yorkshire. Flow.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah.
Mine's better.
All right, yours is creepy, but we'll go with that.
Yeah, it's like a newer version of a collection, isn't it? That's
Yeah, I think
yeah.
it's a sister song to a
It
collection.
reminds me
Yeah.
of that. Yeah.
Creepy.
Creepy Craig. What do you make of this?
I think musically it's interesting, and I think lyrically it's off its baps. And I think I'll go with Lucy with the with the whole creepiness vibe on it.
It's off its baps.
Off its
That's a
baps.
t-shirt right there.
Lyrically, it's off its baps.
And
I've never seen that
it's-
photo I took of him clutching his breast next to a sign that says pork baps. I'll have to put it up.
Well, I think it's a song that deserves to be played more live as well, because I think
Yes.
it would just to put this in a set would just give it just a different vibe.
Energy.
Yeah.
Bit of energy.
Mm.
Yeah. Are you listening, Ian?
No,
What are you doing? You're sending text to Gavin.
no, Charlie just sent me that.
Oh, carry on.
James, what do you make of Invisible Ink?
I have a real soft spot for this song. I really like it. Yeah, the lyric, as Luce said, it's that dark overtones with the real poppy and music, and it just when it kicks into the chorus, it's great, and it's great live. Yeah, it's another one I think they should come into the set more.
Yeah.
I was very, very happy when they played it in 2019. I was bouncing all over the place. And I think from what I'm writing it came out almost quite complete. It's one of those ideas that just appears.
I think it's a real highlight on the album for me.
Right.
In the same way that Poem I Love is. It's just something very different. H's sort of singing on here is different again. But I like the lyric in two ways, as I said, as a couple who can't communicate, as well as the creepy guy as well. But yeah,
Maybe that's why they can't communicate.
well, yeah, maybe it's just because he's a man. I'll get that in before Lucy says it. Moving on, track 7 is Lucky Man.
Hey!
Stephanie.
Boo.
It's not my favourite song.
Boo. Boo to all of you. Boo. Boo.
It's okay.
Boo.
Sorry. It's,
Apologise.
Moving on, Darren.
Absolutely love it. Honestly, it was the first time I heard the whole of the album. It was the one track that really stood out. It was the album's grown on me more and more, but the very first play was the one track that really stood out. I loved it. It's so good. It's like it's humorous. It's the lyrics are cheeky and funny. It's a bit beatly. It's a bit. I don't know. It's great.
Just sing along in the top of your voice in the car song.
Down the A41.
Down there. That's where I do most of my singing.
Craig, what do you think of it?
I enjoy it, and I think what I like about it is you can say musically it's a bit more straightforward, but lyrically, yes, it's different for H because we've had so many years of H being so feckin' miserable. Pardon me. This is a bit more of an uplifting song where it's almost like the antithesis of something like Somewhere Else. He's actually in a place in his life where things are going well for him emotionally and that, and if you're taking it that way, I think I like it for what it is, and I think it's got a nice groove to it.
Okay, James.
It's not a song I listen to often, I must admit. But when I hear it, it's I like bits of it. I like when it gets going and that sort of that feel. It's very Beatley, as we said. It sort of had I think the working title was Abbey Road.
Yeah.
It's not one of my highlights on the album, but it's okay. As we've said, prefer the gospel version.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Lucy, have you told us what you think of Lucky Man?
Yes.
You have, okay.
I think I've made it quite clear. I love
That's fine. You love it,
it.
absolutely.
I love it. I loved it. I didn't. I think I could be wrong, but I think at one point they were going to not put it on the album, and I was really pouting, and then they decided to put it on. And I was like, yay. And then they never played it live forever. You know, they were just like, no, I don't like it. And they hated it and refused to play it for years. And I love it.
Okay. I wish they'd left it off.
Yeah.
Definitely. I wish they'd left it off. I mean, Craig's talking about it being in a good place. We have a bit of a running joke when we talk about Fish's lyrics and Fish's albums. When he splits up with a partner, that means we're always going to get a great cracking album following it. The chorus of Lucky Man is absolutely shocking.
It's not worse than shopping for shoes.
It is. It's worse than
not.
shopping for shoes, Darren. I truly am a
Or the
lucky
Glory
man.
Again,
I have
like,
everything I want.
Whatever that was.
What's wrong with that?
Ah,
Is this because you're not truly a lucky man and you don't have everything that you want, so you can't?
it's not jealousy. No, it's not
joking.
jealousy.
I sense there's a bit of irony in it as well. I don't think he's.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think he's doing the.
I mean, the
look how
verses
great
are all about that, aren't they? You know.
But I don't think lyrics always have to be the longest fucking Scrabble word you can do.
They don't, but I need some
Why can't
emotional attachment to it. Yeah.
No, that's fair. No emotional attachment.
The next track is the antithesis of this for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of H's best lyrics ever, but we'll come to that. But I'm sorry, no, Lucky Man's not for me, I'm afraid. The last track on the album then is The Sky Above the Rain, Stephanie.
Rain.
It's such a deep, moving song. It's got everything in there, and the way it builds, and that bit in the middle where they said they'd never lie, they'd learn the lessons from the last time. It's just there's just so much in this song, and it's just so utterly heartbreaking because it documents a relationship falling apart so accurately, and and musically as well, and the end gives you that little bit of hope. You know, the rain's below us, so it doesn't, you know, having sort of wrung you out, you sort of think, oh well, maybe there's a chance, you know, which is a lovely touch.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's an absolute masterpiece.
Darren?
And also, I was going to say, also, it's one of those things that when you listen to it on the album, you think, oh, well, I'm not sure I could listen to that live, and would that really work? But oh my God, it actually does. It really, really does.
Yeah. Darren?
Yeah, it's stunning. It's really good. I prefer this version than the orchestra version, only because I don't like the way, and I know H talks about why they've done it, but the bit from Maybe They'll Talk on the orchestral version, it drops and goes really kind of down. It's like a downer end.
It's not as powerful, is it?
Yeah, and I prefer the album version because it carries on rising.
Yeah,
rather than going back down again.
The orchestral one.
Yeah, I mean the orchestral arrangement is beautiful. That is stunning. It's just that change to the very last 8 or 9 lines. I couldn't quite understand why it was done that way. But it doesn't take anything away from it. It's a great song, really is.
Yeah. Craig?
This is a song that me and you argued about for years.
Yeah.
Because you absolutely loved it, and I loved it to a point, but I never thought the stuck the ending, stuck the landing to it. It didn't. It was the first time an epic Marillion song or an album closer didn't get me. I appreciated it. I loved the lyrics. I thought it was heartbreaking. I thought it was everything. Then the orchestral version came out, and then that's what it nailed it for me. No, it's just what Ian was saying just before there is exactly how I kind of felt. I think the arrangement of the orchestral version just nailed it for me. And I think it's a beautiful, heartbreaking song. And I do remember that convention in Port Zealand in 2013, where I don't think I've actually ever seen so many people with tears in their eyes before or since. It was just something about everybody in our group was just in bits.
Yeah.
But I think it's a powerful song.
Okay. James?
Yeah, I echoes those sentiments. I think it when H writes a lyric like that, he does hit the mark. It reminds a little bit of House, of that
Yeah.
sentiment.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's an old lyric, James, because
No,
he was incredibly happy when he wrote that.
no, it's. I've not seen it appear on any other jams prior to that. I think whether it was something he had stored away and just never used it, and then just found the right, because it is when it starts, because that's how the first it was done really early on in the first sessions. It's that little sweet little piano intro, which belies what's coming.
Mm.
It really does give you almost a
That bit describes how they used to be.
yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
it's slight and quiet, isn't it?
It's that juxtaposition of what is coming, and I think that's a great thing. And yeah, but yeah, that lyric with House, it sort of reminds me that, it's like the what's the lyric that always gets me on House? The hi-fi, quiet at all volumes. That sort of thing. I hear echoes in this song. But I'm with Craig, and I think the orchestral version real nails the ending for me.
Okay. I think this is one of my top 10 Marillion songs. I've got to be careful because I put it on this afternoon on the surround mix and I started crying. I just think the way it describes the relationship, it's if you've been divorced or you've been with a partner a long time and split up and it's gone really badly, there's a lot in this lyric that you can relate to. But just the little touches about but when he reaches out, she turns away. So that kind of describes the closeness that they once had, but it's gone now. And he, he's dressed in lead from toe to head. That feeling of being with somebody, but them not wanting you. It's incredible.
Oh, hug to John.
But this is modern Marillion for me. This is what I want from Marillion. And when they do this, it's brilliant. Sorry.
Oh,
No need to apologise.
No,
I agree.
I'm perfectly happy with my husband. He's not even in the room, and I've said that. I've cried listening to that song. And I'm happy. So that's how powerful it is as a song. So
yeah. I'm happy. I'm happy with my partner. But I've been in a relationship where it didn't end well, and there's a lot in that song that I can relate to because of that.
I can't relate.
This is why it all, there's so many lyrics and so many songs that really, really get people, and that's just the mastery of it all.
This is what music does.
Yeah,
and this is what the band does.
Yeah. But as Stephanie says, it ends on that positive note as well. There's a chance maybe they'll talk. It's just a phenomenal track. But anyway, that is.
But anyway,
sorry. Back to the podcast.
I think you should all cheer up.
Yeah. That's how we should end the episode.
Honestly, Ian, you just don't know what your music does to people, including your manager. I still can be moved to tears no, don't be sarcastic. I can still be moved to tears by your songs. And surely a testament to yourselves.
I understand, and I agree. I mean, when I haven't heard a track for a long time and I might put it on to learn it or refresh my memory, sometimes the song I go, bloody hell.
Did you hear him say that?
Yeah, so I do understand it, the sentiment, but all in the, I mean, it's an amazing thing. I mean, I'm going to have real trouble if we ever play Care again, because I'll be playing along to Lewis's percussion tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be very upsetting.
What do you mean, if you ever play Care again? You are going to play Care again, or else I will resign as being your manager, because that is my favourite song ever. So don't say if. You mean when?
Oh, when? It's when.
And on that bombshell, eh?
Yes. All that remains to be said is thank you for listening. If you've got this far,
Just one thing I was going to add. It's
Go for it.
following on from what Lucy said. So 20 years ago, I started working for the band and for Lucy. Thank you. But one of my worries was, what if it changes how I feel about Marillion and the songs and all the rest of it? Well, 20 years later, they're still making me cry and still moving me in good ways and bad ways.
You're wanting to make a sarcastic comment.
It is.
Makes me cry every day. Why? I'm sorry.
No. And how wonderful is that?
Yeah.
yeah.
I can contest to that as well. I've heard so much.
You have.
Yes.
And the stuff I hear every day that I listen just can make me happy, make me sad, pull on my heartstrings at every opportunity, and it hasn't changed.
Oh, it's all joyous. Look at that.
They're special, aren't they, this lot? They're special.
Yeah, and considering we're like 120 odd episodes into a podcast about this bunch, and we're still hardcore.
Yeah, well done, everyone.
Let's hope the album doesn't ruin it.
The band are very thankful and grateful and appreciate it all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right, sorry, carry on.
Okay.
Stop me in there, writing, but
Were you still talking?
no.
All that remains to be said is thank you very much to James Levey.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, James. Thank you, Darren Moore.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you, mate. Thank you, Stephanie Bradley.
Absolute joy and a pleasure.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Lucy Jordache.
Always a pleasure, never a chore.
Thank you. Thank you, Ian Mosley.
You're very welcome, but who do I send the invoice to?
Send it to Lucy. And of course, thank you to my podcast other half, Craig.
Yeah, I'm gonna have fun in this one, aren't I?
You are, yeah. God knows what this will sound like. All that remains to be said is take care.
Are you not going to say goodnight?
No, I'm not saying goodnight.
Oh, stay alive then.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Planet Marzipan Podcast. Please like and subscribe from whichever platform you get your podcasts from. You can contact us at planetmarzipanpodcast@gmail.com and check out marillion.com, fishmusic.scot for all the good stuff.
Henceforth this nation is annexed to the Tomanian Empire, and the people of this nation will obey the laws bestowed upon us by our great leader, the dictator of Tomania, the conqueror of Austerlitz, the future emperor of the world. You must speak. I can't. You must. It's our only hope.
I'm sorry. But I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world, millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke, it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!